Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Here I am. This is C Temptation coming at you with a live stream of Chicago Talk. I want to begin this video by saying namaste, peace be unto you and everyone that is watching this live stream. Happy Sunday to everybody. We are here live at Starbucks at 160 West 87th Street in Chicago. And yes, I came to deliver. Yes, now to all of my subscribers, for those of you who made the suggestion, I'm coming through with the suggestion. We're going to do a part 2 and a part 3 of Black History Then and Now. And yes, my special guest has arrived though, and he's going to drop some hellified knowledge. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats, fasten your seatbelts, because baby, we're about to get ready to take off and go on this journey right now. We're going to go on this journey together. How you doing? No, it's this Brother Adriel. How you doing? Long time no see, and welcome to the live stream. So yes, I am here again, and I'm very excited. Well, I'm here again with my special guest, Pharoah from Pharoah Said That. Now, before I bring him, before I actually bring him in, this segment, we're going to do a two-part segment. Part 1 is going to be about, we're going to talk about the corporate America and how is it affecting African Americans. Because I did a little research on that yesterday. Now, the last I checked, though, this was August from last year. The unemployment rate, though, for African Americans was 7.9%. Now, this year it slightly dropped a little bit by 6.6. However, in the same breath, though, we are considered the highest race as far as unemployment is concerned, and that is really ridiculous. And we need to talk about this like today. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my guest, and his brother's name is Pharoah from Pharoah Said That. Go check out his check out his videos and check out his channel. And also once in a while he does appear on Instagram. Who else is this? Somebody else came in. Brother Adrian. TR5, what's going on? How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I'm glad you joined us. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing in Mr. Pharoah from Pharoah Said That. And here he is right now. And say hello to my people.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good to see everybody, and we're going to have an interesting discussion. So it's good to see you all. Glad you're all here. And we're going to let Clarissa take it away.
All right. Now, before I begin, though, I'm going to send us a couple of shout-outs. Now, like I said, I had put out there on the videos the other day, we need to begin to support Black businesses. That is really, really important. So I'm going to give a shout out to three people because they have their own businesses and they are African American. First shout out I'm going to give is to Mr. Eric Haywood. He's actually my hairstylist. Go check him out. For those of my Chicago subscribers, go check him out at Hair Obsession. He's located at 8532 South Ashland Avenue. That man, I've been going to him for almost 2 years, and the man got it going on. He knows how to lace some hair. Anything you want, he going to do it for you. Also, my second shout out goes to Miss Emily Henderson. She's my nail tech at the same location, 8532 South Ashland Avenue. Go check her out. The girl knows how to do. She knows how to do some manicures. She knows how to lay gel, acrylic. She knows how to do pedicures. Anything you want, she's going to get down with the crown and she's going to lay it, and yes, your stuff going to be looking lovely. Also, let's see, who else is on here? PT, what's going on, baby? How you doing? Now you got me fired up. It's about to go down now. But how you doing, baby? And welcome again to my live stream. Also, my third shout out is going to be to a man, and I know I talked about this back in December, but I'm going to do a little bit more emphasis on it. He did my customized C Temptation ring. His shout out to Will Giddings. I'm going to talk a little bit more about him probably later on before we end this first part of the live stream. Make sure that you support him. You know, he does customized rings. I got one of his rings on right now, but I'm going to do that towards the end. So we're going to get into this discussion though about this economy, about the way how corporate America and how is it affecting African Americans. So Pharoah, we're going to go ahead and tap in now. When I told you I did a statistics about 6.6 of people, the African Americans being unemployed. How do you think it's affecting us as far as a community and as a race? Talk to them about it, baby.
Well, you know, it has a bad effect because, you know, everybody has to work and pay their bills. So definitely is a bad effect from that. But I mean, what else can you expect? You really have to provide your own jobs. Nobody's going to go and create jobs and hire their own. It's not necessarily a racist thing as much as it is, it's who knows somebody. Okay, my cousin need a job, my nephew need a job. When I got out of high school, I got a job at a book factory because of my work. My auntie was already working there. So since she was already working there, of course I got first dibs, see? So if you got a company where all whites are working there, anytime there's an opening, they're going to let another white person know, and they're going to get the job, not because they're racist, because that's who they're hanging around.
Right.
So you got to create your own ways to make money for yourself.
And that's a big amen to that. Yesterday I was talking with this lady when I was at the shop, get my hair and nails done, and she's an HR person, and she was sharing with me, we was talking about cars with these jobs, and some people on the impression thinking that their jobs are secure, which we both know, though, I mean, there's no such thing as job security. And plus another thing that really disturbs me, and I was kind of thinking about this, I don't know who created this law, or how did this come about, though, when the state of Illinois had created that at-will policy, which I think that's a real bad thing. I really, whoever created that law, they really need to be slapped for that. And how do you feel, though, in terms about as far as that law being in effect, from then versus now? Because back in the day, once you get a job, though, it was, you could stay at that company, you could be secure. I mean, you could stay there until you retire. Versus now, talk to us more about your input about job security and that at-will policy.
Well, job security went away because even the companies don't have no security. So the companies nowadays don't have no security, so they couldn't really promise job security because what they're doing is not secure. Perfect example, Carson's just closed all their stores. Well, big stores are closing all across the country. Businesses are folding, and the businesses are having a hard time paying their taxes. And this is why Donald Trump is so popular with the business people, because he's going to make it easier for them to stay in business. See, so it's two sides to his presidency. By him being a businessman, he had to be stuck with all of those regulations and high taxing. And if I got a business, if they tax me too high, I can't hire you all. I got to go get subs. I got to get, people to be like temporary. So I have to go and get temporary workers because the system be taxing me so much I'm not making no money. So you're looking at a crash in the economy. That's what you're looking at in America. And it's all because of the automobile. See, America was built on the automobile. And once we sell less automobiles, it's going to affect all our industries. All industries are based off of your major industries. And when those industries hurt, then there's less jobs, and then people don't have as much money to spend. So for one thing they're not talking about in America, that everybody in the United States, if you want to have a better life and you want to have a job, you got to start buying American cars. Like me right now, I got a Ford and I got a Toyota. But I could do without the Toyota. We're going to have to start buying cars from here, and we're going to have to demand they be made here. Because you got to understand that America, the biggest industries in America was the cattle industry and the railroad. And then they discovered oil and they made the automobile, and the automobile was a major industry. Now, when you lose an industry like that, you can't replace it. So this is why we're in a bad situation, because we're losing major industries. And this is why I say they don't give President Obama no respect, because if he didn't save the auto industry, a lot of people would be in the soup lines right now. You'd be in the soup lines. If that man didn't come in there and save the auto industry, you'd be in the soup lines. So people say he didn't do nothing for black people. When he saved the auto industry, he did something for everybody in the country.
Now let me ask you this now. Yesterday I was talking with some people and just talking about based in Chicago. Okay. They were saying that when I was having a discussion with them, they were saying that a lot of black businesses are constantly disappearing or being eliminated here. And mostly that the mayor though, Rahm Emanuel, is trying to get rid of all the blacks in Chicago. Give me your input in terms about that, because that kind of really disturbs me, because it feels like that our black people is going backwards and business going forwards. Talk to me about that.
Well, Rob Emanuel, he's Jewish, so of course that's his main goal is to take care of Jewish people like he's supposed to do. But as far as black businesses are going out of business, it's because black people have not stepped their game up when it comes to business. And we're not competing. See, when you start thinking about business, go into your home and look what everybody's buying in your home. What are the must-have items? Computers, laptops, television, stoves, refrigerators, washers, dryers, gaming systems, cell phones. Are we selling any of those things that we all got? Do we have a cell phone? No. So unless we step our game up and get into big industry, we out of there. We can forget it. That's why I got a movement I started, and it's an RBGG movement. And what we're saying is red for the blood, black for the people, green for the land, and gold for the wealth that was stolen. And under this RBG movement, we have a thing called 100mil.com where we're trying to raise $100 million for black people. And we're not trying to start small businesses. We're trying to start major corporations. Once you start major corporations, those major corporations feed smaller businesses. In other words, if we get a big complex out here with a business that's something like Amazon, then we also need security. We also need people to do sanitation. We would need people that we would buy our boxes from. We would need people that we'll buy our uniforms from. So we have to create major businesses, and they would create smaller businesses. So if you get a chance, go check out www.100mil.com and make a donation, because we're trying to raise this $100 million. Once we raise the $100 million, we're going to put a group of people together, and we're going to go all across the country and try to come up with what's the best thing we could buy for the money. Some people criticize me, say we should have a business plan. We don't need a business plan because it's a two-part thing. What I'm doing, I'm just raising money. Once the money is raised, someone else will get together, people will get together and suggest the best business at that time. Because you can't determine business until you actually have the money in hand and you're ready to pull the trigger. Then when they decide that business, we'll make sure that black people agree it's something that we're all going to buy, it's something going to create a lot of jobs, and they'll get the grant and they'll start the business, and then we'll raise another $100 million for another business and another business and another business. We need to be making businesses constantly, creating our own businesses so we can create our own jobs. You cannot keep, Claude Anderson say, you cannot keep having babies and sending your babies out here to ask somebody else for a job, okay? And you can't create a business and beg for black people to come support you because you're not providing things that everybody needs. I need a washing machine. I need a dryer. I need a refrigerator. I need a cell phone. My kids got gaming systems. We got to start becoming competitors on the big scale, on the huge scale, not on the small scale. It's time to really start getting together and do big things. We have to start thinking big and dreaming big. Now, some people say, wow, $100 million, that's a lot of money. Not if you're spending $1 billion every day. You're spending $1.8 trillion a year. So you're throwing away millions and millions and millions of dollars that are never going to come back to you. And it's going to go take care of other people and other families. So we have to really become competitors, and we have to start looking around the house at all this stuff we got and think, why we not making it?
All right, let me ask you this, though, because I was just kind of thinking about this for a second. Now, the people that I was talking to yesterday, We was talking about the Chicago Public Schools on how Rahm Emanuel, he's constantly supporting the white schools, but is constantly and continuously are closing down the black schools. Now, with this campaign, with this 100 million, do you think you're going to contribute some of that money towards the Chicago public schools and the black community? Because it's like our schools, our black schools are folding, but unless our kids don't have the proper education, there's no way they could be able to move forward and become successful, especially investing in business. Talk to the people about that.
No, we will not be giving any money to the schools, and I'm going to tell you why. You have black people all the time saying, we need to build our own schools. Well, look, you're living in a neighborhood. You're paying taxes for schools already. So what you need to do is demand that your taxpayer dollars that you're already paying is fixing up your school. But here's the problem. If you pay rent, the money goes to somebody else, and that's a part of his income, and then that money goes to his school. So for black people, we don't own a lot of houses, so we're not paying a lot of money into the property taxes for the schools. Our money's going to somebody else, and then they're getting the nice schools. Why? Because they're making the most money, and they're putting the most money back into the tax system. So by us getting into huge businesses and huge corporations, this will provide jobs, and by providing jobs, people will be able to buy homes, and by buying homes and paying taxes in that area, then more money will go to your school. Okay? Now, if you can march up and down for Black Lives Matter, you can take your black behind over to the school and down to City Hall and demand that the person do things in the schools you already got. But you can't make demands if you're not paying the taxes, if you don't have the money. So what we need major corporations. That's what we need. This is why the Asians don't have the problem we have. This is why the Hispanics will not have the problem we have very soon, because they go into business and they do for themselves. You go in the Hispanic neighborhood, they got all type of Hispanic stores. They're doing cars, they're doing everything, okay? But we let people come into our community and make money off of us and leave, because we won't go and do business in our own community, and we won't set up a decent business in our own community. So we're not good business people, and we're not good customers. As customers, we complain about the black business, but at the same time, the black business has a tendency to not do the work right, not to be on top of their square, making excuses, crying, and all of this. When you go in business and you're a black person, make your business be top-notch like other businesses. I can go to a McDonald's in a black neighborhood, and it's all unprofessional. Then I could go to a McDonald's in a white neighborhood, it's professional. Like this morning, I went to the Starbucks around my neighborhood. They don't have the chocolate. They don't have the mocha. They don't have this. When I go on North Avenue in Wells, they have never yet told me they don't have nothing. Feel me? So that's why I didn't appreciate Kanye West saying that slavery was a choice. When he got a choice now, he ain't doing nothing. How you gonna say the slaves should do something and all you black people around here ain't doing nothing today? What you doing today? Exactly. You still ain't standing up. So how you gonna criticize them? They was getting beat. You ain't nobody even beating you when you ain't doing nothing. So that's how I look at it.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. Hi, everybody. Donna, how's everybody doing? Oh, yes, everybody's coming in, those. And also probably like towards around 5:30. Hey, Miss Chosen Gift, how you doing? 309 Spud, how you doing? How you doing? Can she scratch? Oh, wow. Whatever on PT. But anyway, no, but if you guys have any questions for Brother Pharoah, probably around like, maybe say like about 10 minutes if you want to, address some questions, then we could be able to address them. Now, let me ask you this. Now, as far as the campaign for the 100 mil to raise black businesses, what specific type of business would you like to see in the black neighborhoods? Because based on what I'm seeing now, especially in Chicago, I see a lot of hair salons, which is nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong now. You see a lot of hair salons, you see churches, and then you see like independent people. What specific type of businesses that you would like to see in the black community, and then how you want to see it prosper from that point? Talk to us.
With this campaign, we are not at all interested in setting up businesses in the black community. We're interested in getting major corporations where we would have to go out and buy land and have huge buildings. You understand? We want to have major corporations. You know, sometimes people say when black people came up, they shouldn't have integrated, right? They say we should have started our own business with what money? Everybody didn't have money, so if a black man had a business, where was his customers getting their money from? From the white businesses. So what I'm trying to do with the 100 million, we're trying to raise millions and billions to create huge corporations so that money will be coming to our people, can be employed, and then the money can trickle down, and that would create smaller businesses. The smaller businesses will grow based off of the major businesses. See, we've been doing it backwards. We have to, perfect example, you look at GameStop. Well, GameStop is making a lot of money, but they're making money because of PlayStation and Xbox and the people that make the games. So these major companies created. Let's look at the iPhone. You go in the black neighborhood, you see all these phone companies, right? That's because they're selling the Android and they're selling the iPhone. So the iPhone is creating an opportunity for a smaller business. So if we create major businesses that create products, then we can create outlet stores. And these outlet stores will be in the community. And then people can get jobs. So I'm not doing it like nobody ever did it before. I'm not doing nothing small. We're trying to do big major corporation. And the reason that I don't have an idea, I have ideas, but I don't want to say them, because when the $100 million is there, that's going to pull out our brightest minds. We have people that I don't even know. We have geniuses coming out of colleges and universities. And these people will come and they'll say, we could create this or we could create that. We got kids that could create our own gaming system. But I will give you some suggestions. If it's up to me, I want a cell phone, I want a gaming system, or I want an automobile. I want a car. Because I believe our car will outsell everybody else's car. I'm saying, why we not dreaming big? Why we not dreaming big? You know why we don't dream big? Because we don't want to work together.
Exactly.
And the reason that whites have businesses is because they can go in the boardroom and they can work together. So like black people, if you all don't stop arguing, you'll never be fit to sit down and do business together. You have to be fit to do business together. You have to be willing to say, okay, that brother right there, he's going to be the best CEO, instead of thinking you're going to be the best CEO when you know really he's the best one. Humble yourself, let him be the best CEO, and let him run the company. So we have to learn how to sit together and create major companies. And main thing is we have to start supplying things that we buy. We buy gas. So why we don't have later for a gas station? I don't want to go get no gas station. I want to get a BP. I want to get a Shell. Or you know what I'm saying? Let's do the big thing, because the big thing creates the smaller job. The smaller jobs just keep you stuck in the rut. And if your people don't have jobs, how they gonna come and support your small business?
And see, and going back to, like I said, I was watching, I was watching on TV before I left. Can you believe they showed the Malcolm X movie? And just like Elijah Muhammad talked to the people a long time ago, and I'm saying this again, though, Elijah Muhammad was teaching the people, though, to start their own businesses. It's time out to depend on the opposition. Hey, everybody. Hey, Marty. How you doing? My thing is, though, it's time to stop depending on the opposition. It's time for us to stand up, stop all this killing, stop all this shooting, stop all this foolishness. It's time to cut this bullshit down. We need to come together, and we need to get our minds right. We need to raise our level of awareness and start creating our own shit. Because if we don't start creating our own businesses, then guess what? We will be in a world of trouble like we are now. The only difference is if we don't step up, then we're going to end up being in a worse situation than we are right now. So it's time for us to step up and do what we need to do and become successful take our city back, take our streets back, take our land back, and do what the hell we got to do. Now, Pharoah, let me ask you this now in reference to the 100 million. How can the people make a donation? I mean, far as to that, because and people, you really need to pay attention to this because it's time for to my subscribers and to all my subscribers. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you make people tell your friends about this live stream. We need to come together. We need to have our own, and we need to, you need to really pay attention to this though, because we really need to help this brother out because this man has not a lot of knowledge and he's powerful. So how can they make a contribution to 100 million?
All you have to do is go to www.100mill.com, 100mill.com, right? And make the donation. Now, peep this, y'all. You got to understand, we've never had social media before like this. So now we got an opportunity to link up. Now there's 48 million of us, 43 million of us in the United States. If we all just gave $3, that's $148 million. 148 million. So what I'm trying to get people to know is, no, we don't need to just start business. We need to put our money together. See, I'm on something else. It's a two-part thing. I'm on the side getting us to put our money together. Then when that's done, there's another side that goes and talk, and we'll have meetings that all of you all will be able to have meetings in your city and mad discussion that feed into our network of your various ideas, how we can create business. What we want to make sure when we create these businesses is two things. It has to hire a lot of people. It has to have the opportunity to hire lots of people, and it has to be something that we're going to buy. That's the key. So this is something new that I'm bringing to the table. We have to put our money together. When you go to church, what do? They put their money together. When you look at the Koreans, what do the Koreans do? They put their money together. They have a Korean come over. They get him a store. Once he makes money, he puts back. They bring another one. They'll go get a swap meet. Nobody undercuts anybody. If you go to buy a shirt and they don't have your size, they'll walk out the store and walk down to the other Korean store and come back with the shirt. See? So what I'm trying to teach black people is put your money together. Group economics. But here go the thing. A black person will talk against this. But guess what? You're already putting your money together. You're not practicing group economics. You're practicing a new term that I came up with. Group tricking. You're group tricking because you're going to stuff and you're buying stuff and you're investing money all together without even knowing that you're doing this all together. So you all together went and gave Disney and Marvel $1 billion. You probably gave them $500 million, and you probably gave the other $500 million to Hershey, Nestle, and the parking people and the popcorn and Pepsi and Coke. So unknowingly, you're putting your money together, but you're putting it together for other people's kids. You're going, okay, it's just like a bunch of brothers and sisters. Y'all don't want to work together, but a movie will come and you'll all go to the movie. Now, you don't go to the movie together, but you're all there together. And all your money is group tricking to somebody else. So what I'm saying is if you can go and you can group trick and give all this money to somebody else, why wouldn't you put your money together for yourself? So what, and another thing I'm doing is honesty. Honesty. Everybody out here would go and do this and would rob y'all. Feel me? So another thing I'm teaching y'all, we got the crooks. If the crooks keep going collecting money, we're going to keep getting ripped off. A lot of y'all is decent people. It's time for the decent people to run for office. It's time for the decent people to run for mayor, to run for governor. It's time for the decent people to collect the money. I would never steal no money from black people, but if I don't collect it, some sham artist gonna collect it and rob everybody. Then when I come out and say I want to collect some money, they looking at the sham artist, and now we stuck in the hole. We stuck in a hole. So this has to happen because guess what, black people? Here go another one of my saying. We need a win. We need a W, bad, okay? We need a W. We need a win, okay? We got to win. And I'm determined that we're going to get this money. We're going to get this money. It's going to take a little while to get to 1 million. Once we get to 1 million, more people are going to start giving. And then the athletes going to see us. They're going to be giving 10 million here. 20. We're going to be at 100 million so fast that we'll probably end up with 200 million, right? All we got to do is let the people know we collecting it, and all they got to see is that I'm honest and fair. And one thing about me, I am not Madoff. I'm not going to no penitentiary. Do you feel me? Listen. Call me whatever you want to call me, but don't call me stupid. I am not putting my face on here collecting no money through the mail and get locked up, okay, for mail fraud. I know the game. You go to prison for this, okay? So I am cold serious. I'm going to be working with the IRS. I'm going to be working with the government to make sure they know that this is on the up and up. So it's serious. We're not playing no game. We're going to put our money together. We're finna change all of this.
Yes.
Okay? And people say, well, brother, what can I do small to help the black community? Speak.
Yeah.
Hi. How you doing? Give me 5 on the black hand side.
Hello.
Let's speak. If we don't like each other, how can we work together? So they try to promote Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta Housewives. They trying to promote us not hating each other. While when you go in a restaurant, you don't see them white people sitting at the table eating for a long time. They work together. They know how to put their differences aside. They don't be at the job arguing who's Irish and who's German. They don't be at the job talking politics. They don't be at the job talking religion. They go and they take care of business. So what I'm saying is, it's 2018. You know, I got kids. You know what my kids say? Daddy, turn up. We turning up. We done did all that before. We didn't have beauty shops. We didn't have barber shop. We did that. Okay, listen. If you can be the Black Panther, you can come out with a car. Where's our car? And y'all know, am I lying? Am I lying, y'all? Look. Tell me our car ain't gonna be #1. All these features they put on the car, it was the blacks and the Hispanics the one that started putting the sound system, the chrome wheels on the car, and now they made them standard. Let's come out with a car and shut them down, and then let us all buy that car, right? Make our car be the best car out here. Let our phone be the best phone out here. How many times you want to sit with your son playing a video game and it's the one black dude, Eddie, when you go play Tekken, you got to constantly beat Eddie black ass. He the only one. No, let's come out with our own gaming system. Feel me? Okay, let's compete with Xbox and PlayStation. Who they supposed to be? Feel me? See, we got to start thinking big. We can compete. We can compete. We got all these genius kids now. We got kids that's being accepted to every Ivy League college. I'm trying to raise $100 million so I can go get them kids. Come here, boy, you a genius. Come here, girl, you a genius. We got black people that can create major medical facilities and major technology, but they don't have the money behind them. So then the white man get them. See, Kanye's running his mouth, but he worked for Adidas. He's still on the slave plantation. And the majority of that money gonna go to Adidas when he get through talking. And all my people in Chicago, what he say? Obama ain't did nothing for Chicago. What the hell has Kanye West did for Chicago?
What is he doing?
Chance the Rapper has done more in a short time for Chicago than Kanye done did all this time. And now he see Chance the Rapper. Now he want to help us. But look, y'all, we don't need no help no more. We all got $3 damn. You know, and we're going to put our $3 together, and that's $148 million, and we're going to set up one business. And so I'm just on the side collecting the money. I don't want to be on the business side. I'll tell you why. When I started collecting this money, I started realizing that you got to put $250,000 in a bank. You can't put more than that because it's not insured. So I have to go through a lot to find out how to store $100 million for black people. So I said to myself, once we do this once, why would I disassemble that? So once we do that once, we're going to do it again and again and again. After we create so many major corporations, then we're going to start doing small business loans. Then we're going to start doing school programs, band and music, right? But the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure you can get 60,000, 70,000 a year. Let me tell you something. They say, brother, how could you go do something for the gangs and stop the gang? I can't go stop the gang. If it's a dude in the hood and he's selling dope and he's making 20,000 a month, what the hell can I tell him?
Exactly.
When I go to the hood, I got to go to the hood with them and say, look, we got a major corporation right here. We got funding. We're going to expunge your cases. And we'll train you and you come. You can start out. We'll start you out $35 an hour, $40 an hour, right? I got to go to them with some jobs. When Farrakhan went to Los Angeles to talk to the Bloods and the Crips, they said, in all due respect, did you bring some jobs down here? So we have to create jobs. But more than that, if you don't remember nothing I said, we got to work together. We got to work together. We have to put our money together. Peep game. I have a brother, his name is Ron Gresham. He's an engineer. And one day we was at the studio making music, because I'm in the music business. And he said, what we need to do, we need to get a horse and carriage and ride through the neighborhood. Everybody put their money in there, and we can raise money and build hospitals. And when he said that, it stuck in my head. So I started RBGG, and I started figuring out, at first I was going to pay for everybody's house. I was going to raise money, and we was going to pay for every black person's house. But I realized some people will go back and now take a loan back out on the house, and before we pay for everybody's house, they done lost their houses again. So I had to scratch that. Real talk, y'all. So I'm in the bed one night, because I believe in God. I'm in the bed, and in the morning, the Creator started messing with me. And these ideas started running through my head. And the Creator said, raise $100 million for black people. So at that time, I didn't have no ideology or nothing. I got right up. You can go watch on Pharoah Said That. You can go back and watch the first video. I got right up and told everybody. The Creator told me to raise $100 million. After I started thinking about it, I'm like, this is genius. Because that's pennies. So it was set up. It was a setup to say $100 million to make it sound like a lot of money. And then I could come back and say, that ain't a lot of money. You're probably spending about $300 million a day. Black people, you're probably spending $300 million a day, because look, if it's 43 million of us and we all spend $2 a day, that's $100 million we spending a day. And you know damn well we spending more than $2. So how much are we spending every day for somebody else? Okay? So this is the thing. We don't want to go back talking about what the slaves didn't do. Let them rest in peace. Hello? Do you know what rest in peace means? We don't want to talk about Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street had no guns like we got. Ain't nobody burning no cross on nobody. Come on, man. They ain't going to Inglewood with none of that. They ain't coming to Chirac. So let's not talk about all that. Let's talk about the future, because we have these babies. These babies are dependent on us to do something in the future, right? Let's push the envelope. Feel me? See, I'm in Chicago. We push the envelope. We said, let's run this brother for Senate. We run the brother for Senate. We see he got the skill. We said, let's run this brother for the president. Everybody said we didn't do it. We did do it, because I worked with the people that did it. That's why I got 2 autographed books from them. I worked with Ebony and Jet and the big shots that I don't want to say their name, that we was there dressing him, putting ties on him, putting cologne on him, and the whole 9 yards. We made that happen. Oprah wasn't just behind him. It was a whole movement. And then people start criticizing him. And when you criticize Obama, you don't hurt Obama. You hurt the kids that we had built the movement. It was never about Obama. Get the facts straight. I'm telling you the facts. It was about the movement to get him in there. Then you do it again. Then you do it again. But if you put me in the White House and you don't do it again and again to give me some help, I'm just in the White House surrounded by white people. Now you won't sit up there and see me surrounded by like 2,000 or 3,000 white people. And now you want to say, I didn't do nothing, like your ass blind. Like you can't see the Senate and the Congress. How many black people you got in the Senate? Probably none, probably 1. Okay? So what the hell you thought he was going to do? You thought he was going to go out there and commit suicide and do some stuff so they can kill him? Them people will kill you. So that brother did the best he can with what he had. But we didn't vote for the midterms. We didn't do all that. So what I'm trying to do is, if we start working together for business, we'll work together for politics, we'll become a business and a political, because politics depend on business. Politicians get their money from businesses. Businesses fund these politicians. Businesses pay for their commercials so they can run. So we can't even run a bunch of people from office if we don't have major money. And we spend too much money. What I'm saying is, we ain't buying Gucci and Louis and all that. We're going to have our own desire. Okay, so listen. Don't buy no Louis. Don't buy no Gucci. Go buy some Louis Stewart. You think I go look on Instagram at Mr. Louis Stewart and look at his brother's bags and his designer stuff. His stuff is better than theirs. Feel me? We original. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to drop a bomb on y'all. You know the most powerful entity in America? The black woman. Right? It's a lot of them. So they try to make the black woman through these TV shows hate each other. Black woman. Y'all should go into business together. Y'all to be rich. Y'all to be so rich. Love your sister. Go into business with your sister. The black woman is a major force. Why are you buying hair from the Koreans? Okay? Go into business. So that's why we can't be fighting. When we fight, it's bad for business. See? When you fight and you argue, people say, brother, what you gonna do about the gangs? I ain't gonna do nothing about the gangs when I got some black doctors and their wives on a doctor TV show arguing. Them, you uppity blacks with the money that's on TV arguing. What can I say to the gangs? The gangs following you. The gangs watching you. You frustrate them. So when I see the conscious community arguing, how can I tell the gangs to stop arguing when the conscious community is arguing? We up at the top. We supposed to set the example. If we want to help our brothers, if we want to stop the shooting and all that, we got to provide jobs. So we have to start thinking in terms of creating things that hire a lot of people. I can open a shop right now, but I'm only going to hire 2 people. That ain't going to do nothing. How you going to do something you hire 2 people? How many people is Apple hiring? How many people Amazon hiring? How many people Google hiring? How many people McDonald's hiring? How many people Burger King hiring? Look at their corporations. They hiring millions of people. This is what we got to do. We got to turn up, y'all. I have young people tell me, you old. I'm like, yeah, but your ideas is old, and my ideas is new. Feel me? I'm lit. You whack. You young. You on some old stuff. I'm up to date. I'm new and improved. So you young people, y'all gonna let me outdo y'all?
Yes.
Y'all supposed to be coming with some new stuff.
Yes.
Feel me? With some new stuff. I'm coming with some new stuff. I'm gonna tell you something else about that too. Don't listen to nobody tell you about that old and young. What year is it? 2018, right? It's 2018, right?
Yep.
Listen, you're born and you're in between the area. So I'm 2018. I don't know what you're talking about. When I turn on my radio 2018. So I'm living 2018. Stop thinking that because I'm born in 1958, that I got a 1958 mentality. I got to have the mentality. I got the mentality that's outside right now. I'm paying these prices. I'm not paying 1958 prices for nothing, for rent. Don't try to say I'm 1958. Well, why my rent ain't 1958 rent? Listen.
Like 1958.
I'll be more than happy to be 1958. If my car note could be a 1958 car note and my food could be 1958 prices, then yeah, I'll be on. But listen, I ain't never in my life finna pay no 2018 prices and you talking about I'm old. Listen, I'm fresh to death. Okay? I'm bad and boozy. You better know. You feel me? And I walk it like I talk it. Feel me?
Walk it. Hey, what can I say? You got it right here. You asked for it, we bringing the heat. So, but also I want to, like I said, I got a sponsor here. And Pharoah may need your help though with this camera. Okay, I'm going to sponsor. I got a sponsor here. His name is Will Giddens. Okay, he has jewelry. He makes rings. He actually engraves rings. Actually, I got one on right now. I know I was supposed to bring it back in, around Christmas time, but I didn't have a chance to, and I apologize. But we about to kick this off now, talking about black businesses. Pharoah, I need your help though. Can you help me with this camera to help focus in on this ring? I need everybody's help though, because I need support for Brother Will Gettings. So, because like I said, every time you make a donation towards this show, you're gonna get a free C Temptation ring. Check it out. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right. Here you go. Here you go. I don't know if you can see the light here. All right. Hold on, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to bring it as close as I can. So this is a customized ring, C Temptation. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm trying to bring it in as close as I can. Kind of circling in. Okay. Now, to describe this ring, there's a silver ring. It has gold tone on the top and on the bottom. And you can get free engraving. C Temptation ring. If you make a $25 donation towards the show, you will receive a free C Temptation ring. If you want to do a $35 donation or more, you can receive a customized ring. You can have your name put on there, your child's name put on there, your husband's name put on there, your wife's name put on there, whatever. So for anybody that makes a donation towards the show, you will receive a free customized ring. For $25, you will get a C Temptation ring. I'm not sure if you can be able to see it or not, but I'm trying to do the best I can. You will receive a free C Temptation ring. For $35 donation, you can get a customized ring. You can put Chicago Talk, put your wife's name, mom's name, dad's name, brother's name, sister's name, whatever. But like you heard the brother said, it's time to support our own, and we need to start right now. Because not now, but right now is the time. It's time for us to cut all this foolishness out. It's time for us to cut all this killing out. It's time for us to cut all this violence out. It's time for us to cut all this ignorance out. And it's time for us to come together in unity as one and stop supporting the opposition in our communities, the Arabs, the whites, or whatever. No disrespect, but it's time for us to take that money that we're spending towards these other businesses and put it towards our own. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught a long time ago, we need to start building our own businesses, purchasing our own land, purchasing and building our own schools, teaching people the proper education, teaching people nutrition. You know, that way we can eat better, we can live better, we can think better, we can do better. So just like my old minister used to say, though, God rest her soul, to the late and great Reverend Johnny Coleman, like she said, it works if you work it. But it's up to you to make it work. Because I done witnessed situations in these corporate America and these businesses. These people are sitting up here, they laying off these people because they trying to cut back and save money. You know, but where the hell does that lead us? Where does that lead us? Because we got to support our families, we got bills to pay, we got rent to pay. Just like the brother Pharoah said, you know, I'm 52 years of age. I was born in 1965. Hell, I'm not paying no 1965 rent. I'm not paying 1965 cell phone bill, and I sure as hell ain't paying no 1965 prices on groceries. You feel me on that? So it's time for us to get our shit together and do what the fuck we got to do. Support this man. Make a donation to the 100 mil. Start the goal is to try to make try to donate and try to raise $100 million so we can start building our own corporations. You know, start working from the ground and working our way up, because it's time to shut these businesses down. It's time to take back what's ours, because if you think about it, not just in Chicago but in America, our land was stolen. Can you emphasize more on that and kind of like fill in on the blanks on that, Brother Pharoah? Go ahead.
Well, she pretty much sums it all up. You know, that we gotta do for ourselves. And the main thing you gotta understand, black people, is you're not behind. People make you think we're behind. We're not behind. We wasn't able to do things like we can do now. We didn't have the internet. We couldn't find each other. Now we got the internet. So you got a peak game. So now with social media, we don't have to use it for foolishness.
Thank you.
Now, look, I'm talking to y'all. I don't even know where y'all at. I never would have been able to find y'all. Feel me? So now we can find everybody. We need to be smart and use that to our benefit, right? Start creating things for ourselves. And the main thing is we need to become a competitor. We need to start putting our money together so that when our kids are geniuses, they don't take them to massa. See, the way it is now, you're a rapper. Master sent a person down there to get the rapper and bring him back to Massa, and Massa signed him. See, they busted Suge Knight, Murder Inc. Okay, they tried to shut down Suave House. They was trying to mess up Rap a Lot because they was trying to unite and control the publishing. They don't want you to control your own thing. So people say, well, brother, what we going to do about the shooters? We're going to have them shoot for us. I know what to do with the shooters. I'm going to go down there and say, you like to shoot. We're going to expunge your case, and you're going to work for the security firm. Okay? So if somebody break in, you get your chance to shoot. The brothers don't want to be out here doing all this stuff. They starving. They starving. They don't have the education to get nothing. And the thing is, they don't have the training, and we don't have the means to train them. We don't have the means to expunge their cases. We don't have the clout. Perfect example, lawyers. There's another thing we're looking at, lawyers. Why aren't there black lawyers going around trying to make sure that they come and take all these lawsuits we got? We got more lawsuits than anybody, but won't nobody take our cases. So with this 100mil.com, it's going to get crazy. But we're not going to start with that middle stuff. I'm going for the top. So when they start discussing it, I don't want to be totally involved with that. But my suggestion is we're going for the top. We need, I want to go at PlayStation and Xbox. I want to go at Samsung and iPhone. I want to go at Ford, Chevy, and Lincoln. Okay? I want to go for the juggler vein. Feel me? I want to put fear in them that, oh Lord, they got a car coming out and everybody gonna buy it. Everybody gonna buy our car. Everybody gonna buy our gaming system because we gonna be the first ones making gaming system. Look, guess how much money we can make with children's toys if we made toys for the girls. Listen, I got 6 kids, 3 girls and 3 boys. My daughter, let's say she 4. I buy her a doll, I buy her a stove, I buy her a little refrigerator, I buy her a sink. She 5. I got to go buy her a doll. I got to buy her a vacuum cleaner. Everything they sold on my daughter mean take care of the baby and vacuum. Now my son, they getting all kind of fancy race cars and all type of stuff. They don't make them for the girls. There's a whole industry out there just of girl stuff. We could make a girl gaming system and we'll be rich as hell. The whole gaming system is pink and pretty and purple and lavender for the girls.
And blue for the boys.
Right. And they got games just for them, things for the girls to do. See, there's so many markets out here that's neglected, right? We got to go on the gaming system and we got to play with Asians and whites and there's one black person. And we're going to get them all that money. We're going to get them all that money to play NBA game and all that you can play on Xbox and PlayStation. It's time for a third party to get in there. We always talk about a third party when you come to politics. What about a third party when you come to PlayStation and Xbox? What about a third party when you start talking about Samsung and the iPhone? Where's our telephone at? So you got all these people talking, but they talking on the phone. You're on somebody else's phone talking black power. Where is your phone? Later for that low-level stuff. That's low-level. It's 2018. It's going to be 2020. We want to be in 2020, way back talking some old stuff, some horse and buggy. No, we got to be futuristic, okay? We got to have big dreams, but the main thing is we got to work together and stop hating each other. See, people say we got to work together. Working together is number 2. Number 1 is stop hating. Because as long as you hating, you ain't gonna never work together. Feel me? So people say, man, we got to come together. We got to come now. We ain't got to come together. We got to stop hating. If we stop hating, we automatically come together. But we ain't going to come together unless we got something to come together for, unless we understand the value of coming together. So this is what I'm trying to teach black people. Look at the white people. You can hate the white people, but that's stupid. You're supposed to learn from the white people.
And love yourself.
You're supposed to look at them and learn. You can hate them to the point that they showing you game and you ain't learning nothing. 8 white dudes will get together. They'll say, let's start a car company. Let's call it Saturn. And they'll sit together and they'll say, who's the best CEO? and they'll be like, Bobby, Bobby, and they'll all say Bobby. And they'll be like, Bobby is the CEO. And everybody else will get in line behind Bobby. And everybody else, okay, you the secretary and you do the design and stuff. And everybody play their role. Don't nobody be like, Bobby ain't the best. They don't do that. They really pick the best person to lead. And they pick the best person to lead before they go to war. So when they go to war, they already decided that if you make a good or a bad decision in advance, they already decide that they're going to roll with you, that they're going to live or die with you. So they don't care if you make a bad decision. They pissed you in advance. So this is what we got to do. We got to be able to sit and pick a sister to run the company. There's a bunch of us sitting there. There's 8 dudes and 8 girls. But old girl the best. Later for that macho man stuff, she the best. Y'all see her. She got everything together. She's showing all of us up. She got to be the CEO. End of story. But we too much hate. We too much hate. And we hate as far as the business person and the cousin. The black business person should be ashamed of themselves. Their business always tacky and bootleg. Feel me? You understand? You don't want nobody to tell you nothing. So this is why I'm trying to get us to do other things. To me, small neighborhood business is going to keep us bootleg. To me, for us to become professional, we're going to have to tackle the main thing. So you ain't going to be able to be bootleg and come out with no car. You ain't going to be able to be bootleg and come out with no phone. You ain't going to be able to be bootleg and come out with no gaming system. You're going to have to compete, and you're going to have to go get the kids that got the education. Each generation is getting more educated. Right. So we got to go get these black kids and put them in the room. So that's why I didn't pick no business model. I don't want to pick no business model. I want to have the $100 million just sitting there and then watch the fireworks. The black people going to be coming out the woodworks with. We ain't going to even know we got all these people. Now, check this out. We end up with 4 ideas. 4 great ideas. So we picked this one. It don't matter. Because we're going to right back raise another $100 million. We're going to do this one, and that. We're going to do all of them. Don't matter which one we pick first, because we are going to do them all. Okay? We're trying to make sure that our children got something in the future. Now, while I'm talking about that, if you got children, make them get all A's. When I went to school, I could have got all A's, but I didn't, because I didn't know I had to. So I didn't care. Make them get all A's so they can get scholarships, so they can get a free ride. That creates generational wealth. If you don't have to spend money, my daughter got a free ride, 4 years. Make them get all A's. And all you parents out there, check this out. If your kids in high school, make them go to Scully. Make them go on their cell phone and make them download the Scully app. It's spelled Schollly. And Scully is a scholarship app. And have them start applying for scholarships in their junior year.
Amen.
Make them do it back to back.
Amen.
Make your kids take the hardest classes. When my daughter went to school, I made her take engineering. I made her get in the robotics class, right? I made her take the hardest math. I made her take science, math. The first year she said, Dad, I don't want to do robotics no more. I don't want to do engineering. I made her do it anyway. The second year she was in love with it. That's how she got all them scholarships. You got to know how to play the game. You don't take that stuff because you necessarily want to be that. You take that so when your kids go to the school, they look at that and say, whoo, this kid got all the math, all the science, right?
Because it's university.
Right.
Exactly.
Something happened.
Okay. That's all right. Well, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we're dropping some knowledge here. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. We getting ready to wrap this up because it's like we have 1 minute left. Okay. Now, the way this format is, just like I said in the interview the other day, this was part 1 of the live stream. We was talking about how the economics is affecting the African American people. Be on the lookout. We're going to take a 15-minute break. Be on the lookout for part 2. And we're going to come with the main story, which was talking about Bill Cosby. This man has some information that he's going to drop that nobody's not aware about. I mean, I have found out myself that I didn't even know. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout for that. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We're going to take a 15-minute break, take a breather for a minute. 5:15, come back. Wait, I'm sorry, take that back. It's 6 o'clock now. I apologize for that. 6:15, come on back to us. We're going to do a part 2 of this. We're going to talk about Bill Cosby. It's going to be fat. It's going to be bad. It's going to be powerful. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. We're going to make it do what it do. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And then at the end, if you want to have any questions or concerns, then just leave it on comment and we'll try to get to it. So until then, I'm going to say that I love you. I bless you. I have faith in you. I realize the Creator in each and every one of you. So we'll be back in 15 minutes for part 2 of this live stream. We're going to take a breather for a minute. So until then, stay tuned. I love you all. One love.
What?